Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Screen is visible to you. Introduction to subquery and nested query. Hello.
Visible, sir.
Okay. So very good morning to all. Today's class, introduction to subquery and nested query. My voice is clear to all. Kiran. Hello,
Yes,
Kiran.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Today's class, we need to discuss about introduction to subqueries and nested queries. So here we have different types of subqueries are there. So basically, a subquery is a query within the another query. So the outer query is called as main query, and inner query is called as so. Inner query is called as subquery, right? So here we have two queries: query one and query two. This is subquery. This is main query, right? This is main query. First, according to this execution, first inner query is executed, which means that a subquery, and the output of this query is acting as a input of this outer query. Input of this outer query, right? So that a subquery is a query within the query. The outer query is called main query, and inner query is called subquery. Inner query is called subquery, right? So next, the rules of the nested query is a different types are there, right? So inner query is executed first. Already I told. Next, inner query should between within the parenthesis, right? So here, a subquery does not use any order by class because order by class must be the last class of the select, right? So it's like that we have different types of rules for creating these subqueries. We have two types of subqueries are there. So one is non-correlated subquery. One is non-correlated subqueries, and second one is correlated subqueries, right? So first, we need to discuss about non-correlated subqueries. First one, non-correlated subqueries. Non-correlated subqueries. So non-correlated subqueries are, we have different types of non-correlated subqueries are there. So one is single row subquery. First one is single row subquery, single row. The second one is multi-row subquery or multiple row subquery, and the third one is multiple column subquery, right? So here, except this one, in these two, we can use different types of set comparison operations in within the next queries, right? So we are using different types of set comparison operators, right? So we can see one by one what is a single row subquery. So first one is single row subquery. So the title says that in inner query returns a single row or to the main query, then it compares with all outer query rows. Finally, it will give one output, right? A single row subquery is one that returns one row from inner query, right? So already I told what is inner query and outer query, and select the statement that that single row is operated on that outer query. So for suppose, we have a query. The query is called display. the sailors whose rating is the same as that of sailors 22, right? So this is the query. Now we need to write one query which is related to this display the sailors whose rating is the same as that of sailors 22. Now we have to select a sailor's name, select s name, comma, rating from sailors where rating equal to. Now we have to write subquery. So the outer query need a rating, so that we have to find select rating, right? Select rating from sailors where SID equal to 22. I am not taking any table, just we have to understand. So sailors says 22, I need to select inner query 22, so that to select we have table sailors table. From the table we have to select SID sailor ID equal to 22. So once you select this one, this is written to this rating equal to 22, then it will select outer query, select S name and rating, those who are having say SID equal to 22. This is the single row subquery. Once you select single row, so based on that, it returns the outer query. It will select all the rows from the outer table. This is for single row subquery. The second one is so multiple row subquery. Multiple row subquery, we have different types are there. A subquery that returns more than one row called multiple row subquery. Multiple row subquery. It returns more than one row. Returns more than one row is called multiple row subquery, right? So here a multiple row operator instead of single row operator, with a multiple row subquery, the multiple row operator experts one or more values from the inner query, right? So we have two types of operators which are used in multiple row subqueries. One is any operator, and second one is all operator. Any or operator, right? So here, how what is the use of any operator, what is the use of all operator? So here, so if you take one table, then you can understand easily. Any and all operators are used for comparing one value against a set of values. So comparing one value against a set of values. So here, for suppose we have a rate attribute is there. Any all operators are we are using. Next, what is the result, right? The rate of particular fruit is 10 rupees. If you write rate greater than any of 15 comma 20. So any means we need to select a minimum value from the given set. So that the rate is 10 less than, so it will select a minimum of, it will select a minimum from the given set, so that 15, 10 greater than 15, this is false. Next, again, some particular item price is 10, again rate greater than any. If you compare with the 5, 15, now the rate is 10 greater than. It will select a minimum by using any. What is minimum? This one. 10 greater than 5. It will select. It returns result as a true. Next one. Next 10. The rate greater than all 10 comma 20. So here it will select a maximum value from the given set. So that so rate is 10 greater than, what is the maximum value? 20. 10 greater than 20. So this is a false statement, right? In the same way, if you select for suppose 10, the rate greater than all of 5 comma 7, and 10 is rate already fixed greater than, it will select a maximum value, so that 7, 10 greater than 7, so that true. So by seeing all these four examples, by using all operator, we can select a maximum value from the given set. By using any operator, we can select a minimum value from the table. So from all, it will select what is that maximum value. From any, it will select a minimum value from the given set. Now, if you take one example, then apply any and all by using subqueries. Here, any which takes what are the values are returned from the subquery and compared with the main query row and print the main query rows output, right? So for suppose we have a table. So the table is manager number and employee number and e-name and department number and salary. This is the salary. So manager number is 2, employee number is 1. So some name is employee name is Madhav, some department number is 5, and the salary is 10,000 rupees, right? There is no manager number. Next, employee number is 2. Next, Hari. Next, 5, 10,000 rupees. Next, roll number 5, manager number 5, 3, some name is Krishna, and 2, and 8,000 rupees. Next, no manager number 4, Pavan, and department number is 3, 7,000 rupees. Next, 5, Anand, 4, 9,000 rupees. Okay, this is the table which has their own values. How many attributes are there? Manager number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attributes are there. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows are there, right? So this is the given table. Now I need to apply what is the main role of this ini, and what is the main role of this all operator, right? So here let us consider. So we don't know the minimum salary of employee inside the table, except all the tables, right? So now we need to print for suppose let we don't know um, minimum salary except minimum salary, to print the salary from the all all the rows from the table. So that we have to write one query from the table. How to select a maximum row, maximum salary? Select a max of salary from the table. How to select a minimum salary? Select a min of salary from table. So now we can, and that is very very easy. Maximum salary selection and a minimum salary selection. Now I need to select a minimum salary from the subquery, and that minimum salary gives to the main query. So finally, what we have to get the final output, we can see, right? So select, how to select, select star from employee. This is employee table, name is employee table, emp. So select the star from employee where salary, salary greater than, I am using any operator. So if you give where salary greater than, now I need to select inner query salary from employee, right? So now already you have seen some example, some rate is there, and the any selects the minimum salary from employee. This means that, select a minimum of salary from employee. It will select a minimum salary. So what is the minimum salary from this? Oh, what is the minimum salary? So the minimum salary is 7,000, right? The output is 7,000. Now select star from employee where salary. So this outer cool is selects all the salaries of the employees. Now it will compare with the 7,000. So now first is 10,000 is greater than 7,000. 10,000 is greater than 7,000, it is true, it will print. Next one, 10,000 is greater than 7,000, it will print second row. Next, so 8,000 is greater than 7,000, it is true, it returns true only. If it returns true, then it will print the entire row. Next, 7,000 greater than 7,000, this is not valid, right? False. Next one, 9,000 greater than 7,000, it will print this one. So what is the final output? So the part 10,000, 10,000. How many rows are there? One, two, three, four rows will be selected from the employee table. So by using this any, we can select one, two, three, four rows from the given table, right? So remember, by the any operator can be used to select the minimum values from the table, right? At the same time, we have one more table is there, one more operator is there, that is all operator. How to use, that all operator? Same query, all operator, by using all, select star from employee where salary greater than or equal to, next all, next select salary same from employee table, right? If you write this one from all to here, which means that it will select a max of the salary from em, maximum salary from there. Once you select the maximum salary from the employee, so what is the maximum salary is 10,000. 10,000 is maximum salary. Now this 10,000 is compared with the outer query rows. Select a star from employee. It will select all the rows from the table. So 10,000 greater than or equal to 10,000. 10,000 greater than or equal to 10, it will be selected. Next, 10,000 greater than or equal to 10,000, it will be selected. Next, 8,000 false, 7,000 greater than false, 9,000. Now it will select by using all operator. We can select a maximum value. Once you get this single value, then compare with the outer values. So which is satisfied by two rows are there. One is 10,000 row and the second one is 10,000 row. It will select Madhav and Hari will be selected for these two. 2, 1, Madhav, 5, 10,000, and manager, there is no manager number. Employee 1 and 2 will be selected, all entire two rows. So this is about any operator. Remember, the any operator can be used to select the minimum value from the given table, minimum value from the given attribute, and all operator can be used to select a maximum value from the given attribute, right? Maximum value from the given attribute, right? So this is about so multiple row subqueries. We have multiple column subquery is there. So the we have to use some in operator and any operator can be used, can select select for multiple columns also. So this is not in our syllabus. Next, correlated subqueries are there. Correlated subqueries are there. This is also very very important. So we have correlated subqueries. We have correlated subqueries are there here, like any and all. We have two types of operators are there. One is exists, and second one is not exists, right? Exists and not exists. It is a subquery basically, that reuses a value from the main query and then sends back to the main query, right? The main query is a correlation is selected, and depending upon the values passed by the subquery, this is continuous until rows of all main queries are returned, right? So here the exist checks whether any row is existing in the subquery, and not exist does the opposite, right? If it is exist, the name itself says that if it is existing, then it returns the value. If it is not existing, it is not returning any value. So for suppose, so if you write a query, one query by using exist, so I don't want to write that table name for our better understanding. So select sailor. I am taking sailor table s dot s name from sailors. This is Elias name, where exist select star from resource table is there, resource capital R, where r dot rid equal to 103, and operator is there, r dot sid equal to s dot sid. Once you write that query, inner query, this is the operator exist. Select star from reserves, where so reserves from reserves table we are selecting reserves ID and 103, and from the reserves we are selecting sailors ID, and from the sailors we are selecting sailors ID. If these two are true, then it returns the values. It will select all the values from the reserves table. If these values are existing in sailors table, if it is existing, then it will give some output, right? So in the same way, if you want to get those who do not what is that not existing the values in the first table, not existing in the second table, then we have to write not keep not exist, same table. So this is existing. If it is existing, so I'm not taking any values. If you write that one, we are asking s name, sailor's name. The sailor name Rusty is selected from this existing. Rusty is selected from the exist, which means that Rusty sailor S name existing in this table. By using this 103 and these two are equal, this condition is satisfied. This Rusty sailor. So in the same way, we have to write one more query with not existing. One is so select, so s dot s name from sailors s, where not exist. So we have to write select star from resource. Everything is same. So we have to keep not exist. Then we can observe what is the output of this one, or where r dot bad equal to 103 and s dot or r dot sid equal to s dot sid, right? This is the query. It will execute the output, and once you get that output, it returns the main query. Then, so the output of this one is not exist except this one. So by simply we can understand, it's not exist means there is no in this output there is no rusty sailor name except rusty. We can see the remaining attributes. Yes, sailor S name. The sailor name is first name is Dustin is there. Some foreigner names are there. So Dustin and Lover. Not only this one, we can take any values, Indian other names, and your names, your classmate names, and create the table and insert into that values into that table, employee table or student table. Then we can apply two tables we need. So one is class table is there, CS table is there, one table is there, another and the examination table is there. So select these two. So these two tables should be contain some common attribute. Based on that, we have to write this exist and not exist queries. So this is about correlated subqueries, right? So we have seen one by one. We have seen two types of operators are there. One is um, uh, what is that? Any and all. These two are very important. By using any, we can select minimum values from the table. By using all, we can select the maximum values from the table, right? And this is about example max and min. So remember, once you select this single value, it will compare with all other values from the outer table, right? So select the star from employee where salary, which means that it will select all the rows from the table, right? This is the output of entire uh, entire 5 rows. It is ready, right? So once you execute this inner query, so the inner query returns returns minimum value. The minimum value is compared with all the rows from the given table. So if it is true, then print the values. If it is false, it is not printing the values. So basically, any and all exist and not exist, all these subqueries returns true or false boolean values. So if it is true, it will print the values. It is not true, it will print false. So it's not printing false, it returns false, then it is not printing the value, right? So and the second one is all operator. It selects a maximum value from the given table. So then we have to select greater than or equal to all. Write this query. Once you execute this one, it will select a maximum value from the given table. The maximum value is 10,000, right? Now this 10,000 is compared with all the values from the employee table, so that 10,000 two times repeated. The query is greater than or equal to so that these two are compared. 10,000 greater than or equal to 10,000, it is true. So that printed 10,000 greater than or equal to 10,000, so it is true, 10 it is printed. Next 8,000, 7,000, 9,000, these three are less than from the 10,000, so that it is not printing, it returns false values, right? So this is about any and all. And we have exist and not exist. These two are related to correlated subqueries. So if you write this query, so by using various tables, sailor table and resource table, or any other your own tables, if you write they exist between subquery and main query, if it is existing is there, the name is exist in the table, then it print the values. Otherwise, if you use not existing, if you want to see the not exist values, which is satisfied this 103 and this condition, it will display another table, right? This is about correlated subqueries, right? So this is today's class. We'll continue next class. What are the different types of relational calculus and or relational calculus conditions are there? Already I covered this one. Maybe I'll continue next class. What is triggers? We forget triggers. What are the different types of triggers are there? What are the different types of operations can be used in triggers? We can continue later, right? So almost we have completed 4 units. One more unit is there. That is transaction management. I'll see one by one. Where is it? Right? Okay. I'll stop the class. Okay. Thank you all. Hello. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.